Simply Italian US tour is a hit. The events dedicated to the promotion of Italian wines were held in New York, Chicago and Boston, representing over 60 Italian winemakers. The New York inaugural event opened with a seminar on the diversity of Italian wines, in collaboration with the Istituto Grandi Marchi and the Institute of Masters of Wine.
My name is Charles Curtis, and I'm a Master of Wine and the Director of Sales at Christie's Auction House here in New York.
So this is the inaugural collaboration, if you will, between the Grandi Marchi and the Institute of Masters of Wine in North America. The Institute is extremely pleased to be associated with the Grandi Marchi. I think for me, as a Master of Wine, it's fantastic to be associated with such a diverse group. Each member of the Grandi Marchi has an enormous respect within the industry and a fantastic dedication to quality that's similar to what we feel as Masters of Wine.
The Institute of Masters of Wine is really the top in terms of reputation for quality wines and knowledge of wines. And so this cooperation, which started just recently, it's something which I think will give to the Institute of Grandi Marchi a sort of an extra nobility in a way.
The audience in New York, of course, very passionate and also very knowledgeable, I think, about Italian wines generally. There are, of course, many people in New York of Italian heritage, and we feel very close to the food and wines of Italy, and I think that's part of the explanation for it. But the other part of the explanation has to be the luster, if you will, of the producers who came today, and that's the important thing, and the interest for the Institute and the interest for the trade in America really is to have a group like the Grandi Marchi that have really positioned themselves at the very top of each of their respective regions.
Certainly in recent times Italian wine seems to pick up and to gain year after year in terms of reputation, awareness, and they are becoming more and more sort of international, seen not only as wine that can be enjoyed in an Italian restaurant or with Italian food, but slowly and gradually, I think this situation, this limitation is being overcome in a way. So I think that the trend is definitely positive.
In a much anticipated seminar, Mr. Curbastro, president of Federdoc, shed some light on the various and sometimes confusing Italian wine denominations.
Day by day.
Which kind of wine would match with certain food? Which kind of tradition has a certain region? Why that wine is so different from the other one, even if it has the same grapes as a base. So this is probably the interesting part of discovering Italian wine. It's a never-ending travel along time, history, traditions, food, enjoying of life.
To see you more clearly, love.
At the end, what we got, it's a country that has different recipes, different wines, different beans, I was saying also, in each of its valley. And if you remember that Italy is for 70% mountains and hills, you can easily understand how each place has been developing its own different wine, its own different denomination. So once you accept this, Italy became simple, because you can then focus on a part of Italy and decide which is the wine you will really enjoy and you will like with food that probably is the same food coming from that place.
Diversity must be communicated, and I really think that social media is going to be a very good tool to communicate different wine regions, a different category of wines that Italy can produce. Italians usually don't like social media because they cannot control the contents and the communication, and so we need to lose a little bit this control in giving more space to the consumer.
There are many women There are big company, but also little company. But is all every product is the high quality, and usually is less expensive than other product here present.
So you have quality and you have good price, convenient.
Yeah, exactly. We are good quality, good price, and we are really Italian woman. Excellent.
After the seminars, in the beautiful Celeste Bartos room of the New York Public Library, the participating winemakers were able to meet face-to-face over 800 trade operators, members of the press and opinion leaders of the wine business to promote and foster the knowledge and awareness of Italian wines in the crucial North American market.
The Barolo has always been a very important wine for the US market. Pio Cesare started to export the wine in the 50s, and with always good success, the wine has always been present on this market. Barolo in this moment is not only well known in the United States, but all over the world. Together with the Barbaresco, the Amarone and the Brunello, I think that are the 4 wines that must be on a wine list of all the restaurants in the world.
Despite to the always individualism that runs around Italy, it was this clever initiative that started 6 or 7 years ago, where all these companies looks at each other and they like the way they do the business, and we feel part of the same commitment in the wine business, so we start to walk in the same directions. So many people ask us, but you're a competitor, you should not be so friend. And I always answer that every tree makes its shade, but at the same time when needs, so for example for the drought, everybody are praying in the same direction.
IEM, International Exhibition Management, organizer of the event, looks forward to bringing back the Simply Italian US tour in 2011.